Christina is with us in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Hi, Christina. How are you?
Oh, good. How are you, Dave? Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
So I have a question for you. We recently paid off over $300,000 in student loans.
Wow.
Yeah, Christina?
Yeah, it took us about 4 years. I'm a physician. And my question is, I just had my third baby, and I feel crazy saying this, but I don't want to return to work. My husband has always been supportive in working kind of part-time jobs while taking care of the other kids, and he just recently started a full-time job at a bank, and it's kind of they're training him while he's there, and it would be a major pay cut for me to quit my job, but that's kind of what I'm feeling pulled to do, and I just wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
Wow. What does what is he going to make at the bank when the smoke clears on the training and everything?
Yeah, so they're starting at his job is a credit analysis, and he's kind of a junior credit analysis. So his starting salary right now is $56,000 a year, and then they told him as soon as he's kind of fully trained, then it would be in the $60,000 to $70,000 would be like where he'd start at.
Cool. And what do you make now?
Me, if I go back to work, I'm making about $190,000 a year.
Okay. All right. So we're dropping our income $120,000 to make this move.
Yeah.
If you go from 190 to 70, I mean, of course, if you go back to work, it'd actually be 260 because it'd be him making 70 plus your 190. But you're out of debt and you're able to make it on 70,000.
Yeah, we our only debt is our house, and our mortgage. What we owe on it right now is about 95. We live in a kind of a smaller rural area, 95,000. We're in our mid 30s, and our retirement, we have about 230,000 in retirement.
Are you done with being a doctor? Are you done with it, or could you do telemedicine 2 days a week, or go in 1 day a week? I mean, are you just completely burnt?
I feel really burnt, and it's really hard to give my all to my husband and my children when I always have that stress on me. We did talk about, I have reached out to a couple of like the CEOs at a few smaller rural hospitals about the possibility of maybe doing 1 or 2 days a week for them in the future, maybe when the our baby gets to be a little older. But
what have you got to do to keep your medical license intact?
I think I would just have to maintain my continuing medical education and my license, which,
my experience with doctors who have a picture in their head about, let's two separate issues here. One is a mom who's like, I want to go be with my kids. That's noble, great, wonderful, high support.
Would never tell you not to do that.
Absolutely. Awesome. The other side, the doctors that I've worked with and known over the years are just, quite frankly, wired differently than the rest of us. And the thing that drove them to go to med school and get through med school and to get through residency and rotations is there's just a different drive. And I wonder, I've had several buddies who end up, I'm going to quit all this. I'm going to go do a small practice. A couple years later, they're back doing a night a week in the ER just to get their blood pumping again, right? So I wonder if you've boxed yourself into an either or right now, and maybe you need a break, but that there's some other opportunities to split the difference here.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care. The money thing doesn't scare me. What I'm thinking about is if I were in your shoes, the thing I would struggle with the most is not, I want you to be with these kids. That's what you want to do. Let's lay that as the foundation of the whole discussion. But you have paid such a price of commitment and diligence to become a doctor, and then as a doctor to pay off the $300,000. So you literally paid a price as well as the toll you have paid. To go do nothing with it for the rest of your life seems extreme.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And I think
that's what the hard thing.
I think you're going to struggle with that. So I just from a, from the standpoint of that, I'm going to stay engaged at a 90% reduced level or whatever after the child comes and after you take a normal maternity leave or whatever. But like you said, go hit the rural hospital for a day or two a week, anything, or telemedicine, like John suggested, or whatever it is you want to do, but something to just keep, to stay a little bit engaged. And the natural result of that is going to be $100,000 a year, probably.
Okay.
I mean, that's irrelevant because you're going to make plenty of money. But some kind of part-time something that fits into your new life that you want to have with these kiddos, but also allows you to not just shake the dust off your feet from all of the decade of work you've put into getting to where you are.
I'm sure they exist, and they can write in and let me know. I've never met a doctor who walked away and ended up staying away because that's why it takes it's such an identity. I'm a helper. That's what I do. It's hard to just walk away from that completely.
Well, and there's just an intellectual and emotional commitment, a time commitment.
Stimulation,
the whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing. So anyway, yes, I would quit doing what you're doing, and so that you can be with your kids. And yes, I would try to find some greatly reduced middle ground that you can stand on, because I think you'll be happier because your intellect is going to require, you're going from solving ultra high level problems, high level thinking, to
can I have a snack? Can I have a snack? Can I have a snack?
And it's not that one is better than the other or one is more noble than the other. That's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is your brain is set up in a certain way now, and it's a lot of moms of little ones, while they want to be full-time moms, they also want to have adult conversations with adults.
Absolutely.
And need it. And so that's in the mix here. So yeah, but yes, I would quit. I would quit doing what you're doing. I wouldn't work the hours you're working. I would not stay in the 190 position. You don't have to. You can make it on the 70 plus whatever little, plus the other 70 that you bring in or whatever. Maybe you can match his. I don't know.
Now let's talk about the person who's in that situation, who hasn't put in the incredible work that Christina put in to get that money paid off. You're stuck. You got to get yourself out of debt.
You got to get yourself out of debt because you're not in a position to lay.
Right.
You can't lay under a $300,000 blanket.
Yes.
And weighted
It'll
blanket
suffocate you
and
yeah.
sleep.
Yep.
You won't be able to sleep.
That's right.
And you won't be able to prosper. Your family won't be able to move forward. So you've dug a hole. Now you got to get out.
Right.
And then you can talk about doing what she's doing.
Yeah, but Christina put in 4 years of grinding.
Yes, they've been hitting it, man.
Yeah.
They've been hitting it hard.
Good for you guys.
So well done. Very well done.